human beings are not that selfish. Human beings are social animals. They will actually enjoy in others' happiness also. So that can only come through cinema. Popular cinemas don't document the rooted culture because they think we will be alienating other people.
Azhar, hi.
Hi Ram.
Sir, I'm a huge fan and I'm very happy that I'm getting this opportunity. That too for Shu from So. I've seen the film yesterday. So thank you for this film.
Thank you Ram. Thank you so much.
I'm sure people are going to lap it up in Telugu as well. Let me start with this question. What do you think makes a film transcend languages and boundaries?
I think initially the characters and the emotion of it. See, for example, when you are watching, for example, Apocalypto. So there is no language at all, but you want the character to survive. Not because you know him, not because you are from that culture, not because of anything. The only thing is it's because human. The right word would be any cinema that is human will make you feel human, will make you go through experiences and journey with the characters. Is a beautiful cinema. I think that's the only criteria to decide whether the film is working for me or not. So whether the film has the power to take me as a co-passenger.
You said that that your previous film. Sorry if I'm like not.
That's fine. That's fine, brother. Like
Yeah.
I have my apologies that I cannot speak the native Telugu language, but if I come next year, I would be better Telugu speaker. for
No,
sure.
that's. I think cinema is a language of its own,
Yeah.
so that's fine. So your previous film, Swati Muttina
Malehaniye.
Malehaliye, you said that the root for that film was a very old acquaintance of you had called you some 15 years. I mean, you guys weren't in touch, but she called you, and over that phone call, she
No,
started.
that's not the thing is somebody was not at all related to me.
Oh, like a stranger.
Yeah, so I went to one house. I went to one house and spoke to the family. And I don't remember. I met a friend there. I don't even remember that vividly, but yeah, I remember the name and everything. And that woman calls me after few years, taking my number from some of her friend, and she wants to share something, but she cannot share. And that woman was married to her husband for a very long time, and she has kids and everything.
15 years.
Yeah, she has kids and everything. So then the idea struck that even if you have a partner from last 15 years, you cannot share something, and you are willing to share it with a stranger, shows how lonely we are as people. I think that loneliness haunted me, that loneliness broke me. And that is when the idea started getting like, what would be that person doing now? What is she searching? How would be that relation? Is it stale? So that is how the film formed, yeah.
So that character became that idea.
That is one character.
Prerna, yeah.
That is one character, and also I saw my mother as a very strong character, and I always think that my mother deserved better in many ways. So yeah, the conversation that you see between Prerna, the main character, and her mother is nothing but the conversation is between me and my mother.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even now we speak deep. Even now, we speak about all the things in the world. So I think that she was always my heroine. She deserved better was always the thing. Everything I explored in that film.
Okay. Does you make something so personal and people who have seen it loves it, but somehow more people haven't seen it. Does it break your heart?
No, I told my producer that it should only be released in OTT. And in the interview I said, please don't come to theatre if you are looking for it. Yeah, I tell that. Two films I have told that. In Garuda Gamana I told, please don't bring kids. And I fought with censors telling that I need a certificate so that kids won't watch that film because of the abuse and because of the violence and everything. See, we need to know that to whom we are doing film. Rather than making a film because it's our personal film, we don't want the whole world to watch. It should be only watched by people who are deep. And imagine I always tell auto driver who is suffering in Hyderabad the traffic or Bangalore traffic, do you think he wants to watch Swati Muthiramaliyani at the end of his day? No.
No, he doesn't want.
He
He wants to
shouldn't.
go chill.
He should
Whistle.
He should watch a
Yeah.
Prabhas film, or he should watch a Shivraj Kumar film, and he should whistle and he should feel very relaxed and sleep. So I don't think it broke my heart. I'm absolutely happy about Swati Muthiramaliyani because I could make the film as a freedom. It's a privilege that I could make the film. Yeah.
So were you always this, what do you call, I don't know what's the word, self-aware or practical? Have you always been this practical?
I don't know whether I'm practical or this is how I am. When you call or when you state it in a word, then I need to focus. Oh, is it? Or I don't know. I'm absolutely very razor sharp, judgmental towards how I operate. I don't mess words to make myself look more better or beautiful. So whatever I am, I try to keep it as simple as possible. Maybe I don't know that is practical or what, I don't know.
Now this response triggers like two questions in me. I'll come one by one. The first one is, sir, are you always looking for stories in people? Because JP, I read an interview of JP and he said that when he started working with you, his perspective of cinema changed because Raj sir, in his words, Raj sir is someone who hates imitating.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to imitate anyone and he discourages others from imitating films. Instead, he encourages people to observe, to look around.
Yeah.
So, are you someone who is always like looking for stories in?
See, a story maker doesn't observe people because he needs story. A storyteller becomes a storyteller because he observes people. And it is a natural capacity of his, the depth of him in observing makes him a better storyteller. It is not, okay, I want to become a filmmaker, I'll start observing people. People are not subjects just for you to focus. But you know what are your problems. Then you observe other person, you know what is his problem. You keep on seeing people because of the curiosity of it, not to make something out of it. And that curiosity actually fuels your creativity and that becomes a story, that's all. See, a carpenter is not carpenter when he's sleeping, when he gets up, when he is drinking tea.
Or when he's with his children, when he's at
Nothing.
home. Yeah.
So why a filmmaker should be filmmaker every single time? When he's playing with kids, oh, this is a good scene. Why is that? That is not right. You need to live deeply so that something forms inside you.
Exactly. I think it's very important for filmmakers and storytellers to live.
That's all.
It's, if you live, you'll get stories.
See, what happens is we call people get outdated, those kind of things. It's not true. What happens is, the moment I become popular, I cut off from the real world. So the conversation that I hear are only praises for 5 years, 10 years or so. So that is the reason I am not in touch with the reality. I don't know how a watchman walks. I don't know what are his problems are in, because if he talks to me, he speaks to not Raj, he speaks to the director Raj. So you need to have relations which are real, which are simple and which are casual, so that you don't get outdated. So you need to be living in this world so that you can create stories, and you need to create create stories because you have the fun of creating it and the process of it, not because you want to become great or something. See, it's like children creating sand castles, not to make it permanent, just to enjoy the process.
The moment, the process.
That's all.
And you always say this, that I'm a boy from Bhadravati, and for me, making the film itself is
luxury.
It's a joy.
It's a joy.
Result is okay. That
result is fine. Result is fine. See, if our whole team was that result oriented, after Garuda Gamana Rishabhavana, we had to do something. We had to mount something, a gangster film in a bigger budget.
I'm sure everyone must have come to you with those pictures.
We had the bigger offers, and what we did was we did a film which is not at all theatrical. It is Swati Muthiramaliyani, because only then I can make that film. Only then, and also I don't want people to have expectation on me. I want to be as free as possible. So I don't want to be a great filmmaker. I want to be a true filmmaker. That's all.
You think expectation kind of confines you?
No, what happens is, see, for example, I believe that, okay, Ram is a great interviewer. Next question you ask, you want to think that you are a great interviewer and ask the question. But in the first place, what made you a great interviewer was your curiosity and love towards the interviewing. I think when people recognize you as great, you don't need to get stuck onto that great tag anymore.
Exactly.
You need to show that I'm not great anymore. I can do a Swati Muthinamalani as well. Then people are like, yeah, I don't know what he does. So that will be a lot of freedom.
Basically baggage.
Yeah.
You don't want that baggage.
I don't even
he's
know.
The guy who made.
See, I don't even want to leave a legacy, or I don't want to leave anything.
But you have created a lot of impact.
See, that should be what do you call? That's not the process. That's not the intention of it. See, there are great filmmakers. The world has seen great filmmakers. So in Kannada, there is Puttana Kanagal legacy. And I think we need to keep the legacy to them. We need to enjoy the process. We need to enjoy cinemas. And then, whenever we are done, we need to hang our boots and we need to play with our kids or, dogs. Live life, that's all.
So cinema is not your life? Do you have a... See, because I don't mean it in a funny way or anything.
It's fine.
Because a lot of cinephiles, including me, there was a point in my life where cinema was the most... what do you call... It was a thing that gave me the most amount of happiness. Okay, now I have other things.
Yeah.
Not saying that cinema, I left cinema. It is still very important to me. Whenever I'm happy or sad, I reach out to cinema like I would reach out to a friend. But it's not my whole life. But for filmmakers, I'm assuming because a lot of it, your life, be it personal life or professional life, cinema is at the center, right? So I want to understand, Mr. Raj B. Shetty, is cinema everything to him, or is there a part that's like, okay, cinema is this, I have my own life? That demarcation, has that happened?
I have my own life. Cinema is just a part of my life. Whatever I do it with as much passion as possible. Like, let it be cinema or playing with my dogs or cooking or anything. I do it as much as passion. But why cinema is prioritized? Because I haven't seen any field where there is so much pain and so much success and so much suffering and so much greatness and so much people and so much learning.
Yeah.
So it's like normal life doubled into 10 times because here, unfortunately, there is money and fame. So everybody will react to you in a certain way when you are a failure. Well, everybody will react to you in a certain way in a success. Observing that and taking that learning is the biggest joy you human being can have. I'm so lucky that I'm into this field. But this is not my everything. And I still have an option in my mind, where I might, if someday I might get bored, I might go home and sleep. I don't want to do films. So that option I have always
I really hope that you never have to.
No. I always kept that open because I work in cinema because it gives the utmost joy that I can imagine. So that joy I might get in playing cricket also or doing something very silly also. But this is also one of the things. So it's not my life, but I love that this is in my life. Yeah.
But do the logistics of this industry and the business side of this industry, does it ever challenge that joy?
See, for example, I may not enjoy promotion that well. But it's how do you say, for example, if you love a dog, if you have a pet, then you need to, take care of the shedding of their fur too. That is additional challenge. But it is not a challenge anymore.
You have to deal with it.
You have to deal with it because you love the pet so much.
Yeah.
So in the same way, in cinema, promoting a cinema and speaking about a cinema is something that is not very comfortable to me. But unfortunately, there is nobody in my team who does it. So that's the reason I had to take that this thing. But other than that, market and all, see, what I do is, I don't play the market because I don't want to make huge money. So I don't want people to recognize us as the greatest team. We want to make films that are original to us, truthful to us. So that's the simplest of goal that we have. So when we made it very simple, though that pressure doesn't affect us. If somebody tells, no, we need to mount up a cinema, we don't want to. We don't want to make a huge double-digit crore for cinema at all. We are happy in this space. Why? Because it's much more in control. It's much more personal. It's much more fun to do that. So, yeah, we are not succumbed to market pressure from 2017, fortunately.
Beautiful. So, but let me tell you this, and trust me when I say this, you are damn good at promoting. You might not be enjoying it, but you are a very good talker and we love listening to you. So, ever, back away from promotion. Now, coming back to life and cinema, I want your take on this. I think it's very evident when I look at a film. If I take So From So, I know for a fact when I'm looking at it, that this film is inspired by life and not by another film. So there is a clear difference, right?
Correct.
Whether is life inspiring cinema or a film inspiring cinema. The genuinity that a film inspired by life might never have, a film inspired by film might never possess that. How do you look at
in that way, I would call ourselves very privileged. But we lived in a place where it was very simple and cultural roots were very rooted. So that's the reason the story that we tell comes from life, because we could live. How can you ask a metropolitan boy to have a story which is rooted when most of the stories that he has seen only is through cinema?
Yeah.
For example, that doesn't mean, Hyderabad or Bangalore or Chennai doesn't have stories. They have stories.
Of course.
For example, in Bangalore culture, there is a bakery culture where you go to a bakery and smoke a cigarette. There will be a dog lying next to you, and you will take a biscuit and feed it, and you will have a account there, like where you tell, I'll pay you. So this culture, I don't think any other city has. In the same way, Hyderabad has a culture. But do you recognize that culture? You don't recognize it because you are not proud about it.
Or we take it for granted.
Yeah, even it's like, metropolitan city has loneliness. Even that's a life, even that's a culture. Like, everybody comes there and they are running and running and running. There is a culture. But unfortunately, cities don't let you to be that self-aware. Because if you are that self-aware, you won't survive here. So that's the reason you keep on reducing that level of awareness, so that you adjust to the entire city. So that is the reason the films that are made by the cities may not be as rooted as a person who is JP. JP has worked as a painter. He used to paint houses.
And he's a painter in the film also.
Yeah. So how do you teach an actor to paint? You may need to train, but JP you don't need to. He will tell what are the paint, how to mix everything. So even that basic detail comes from his life. So he has seen a character like Ravi Anna. Every village has a Ravi Anna who is needed, but only for that village is very important. If you take him outside, there is no essence or no identity to him. But how will you recognize? Where is a Ravi Anna you'll find in Bangalore? Who will respect him? Who will support him? I think, but still, even in your small houses, you can actually find stories if you are aware. But if you have the habit of watching stories only on screen, then trying to be great is the problem. Trying to make great cinema, you will watch great cinema and try to replicate it. But you want to make a cinema. How will you make a cinema? You will see character that had most of, you had most of fun watching or living with. Then that is Ravi Anna. Then that is Banu. Then there are other characters. That's Baba. You have, see, I don't know where you are from. Maybe you are from Hyderabad, right?
Yeah, Hyderabad.
Yeah. I don't know whether Hyderabad has a Baba, but it has a Baba.
No, Hyderabad has Babas.
Yeah, that's what. It has Baba of its own kind. That's what I'm telling. So when you create characters from reality, everywhere there will be characters like this.
This goes back to your very first answer, that characters
are everything.
Help transcend.
Character transcend everything. Why do you remember Baba so much?
Yeah.
Because of that.
People in my theater were clapping for Baba's intro. Because they
might have been watching it
on Reels, or perhaps they might have already seen.
You didn't understand why they are doing it.
I was like, okay, this character just entered. Why are people already? And this is not he's not an actor that if a very famous or popular, at least I should be knowing, right? Why are people clapping? It's like a very normal character. Then I understand with the BGM and all.
See, the beauty of that character was it was not the most funniest of characters. There are more funniest scenes. Like Guruji scenes were more funny, and Satish's scenes were more funny. Why does Baba's character work? It works because of the relatability factor. You have seen that character in your family, in your office, even you are working for MNC, there will be a Baba. Right? It's a relatability factor. The beauty of art is when you reflect them through a mirror, then the reflection becomes an image in them. I think that's the power of Baba.
And speaking of this, I don't think I've ever seen a shot of a paint being mixed in
film.
Yeah. There's that white.
Correct.
And then he adds 2 drops.
Correct.
And he makes it. I don't think. See, is it like
because it's a painter? No.
Yeah.
because he has painted the walls, he knows what color to mix. If you ask him and tell him how to do blue, I have white and this, he will tell how much drop and everything. I think that's the beauty. That's the reason there is so much of rootedness in the
and this culture, the region that the film is set in, is it documented enough in Kannada cinema?
No, it is not. It is not. See, popular cinemas don't document the rooted culture because they think we will be alienating other people. That's not true. So when I don't know where, if you have some friend in Rayalaseema, you will go there. You want to see his culture.
Exactly. That fascinates me.
Yeah, that fascinates me. But people think cinema is some completely different from travel. It's not true. So when you go to other places, you want to ask, what is that? You don't understand, but you don't care. But that will become your core memory to such a level that you will carry that forever. I think any popular cinema doesn't capture the rooted culture. Tamil and fortunately Malayalam is doing it very well. So yeah, no, this culture is not documented that well.
Beautiful. I think Mr. Anurag Kashyap said this. This is one of my favorite quotes of all time. I think I have spoken about this quote in previous interviews too. He says, when a Malayali watches a Malayali film, it's a film. When a Telugu person watches a Telugu film, it's a film. When a Kannada person watches a Kannada film, it's just a film. But when a Telugu person watches a Kannada film, and if that Kannada film is documenting their world, it's like you're watching a new world.
Yeah.
It's like you're watching a new culture. It's not exactly a world. It's like I'm entering a new world. That explains why something like a So From So or a Kantara will fascinate people who are not from that culture.
I told in multiple interviews that cinema is a travel. So no other journey in the world will give that experience for 150, 200 rupees, where you go to absolutely unknown territory and see absolutely unknown stranger, and you will laugh at them, you will cry with them, and you will relate with them, and you will come back thinking that you are a part of that family. That's the beauty of cinema.
Yeah.
And I don't think people are so, and it lets you do that without making you uncomfortable. Still you know that there is a distance, but a good film makes you forget that distance. So initially you know that okay, Shah Rukh Khan and Kajol is romancing, but you go and sit there and suddenly you want to cry, you forget Shah Rukh Khan, you forget Kajol, you see two characters and you want them to come together.
You're rooting for them.
You are rooting for them, but who is paying you? And what is the personal benefit in you? That shows one thing. Human beings are not that selfish. Human beings are social animals. They will actually enjoy in others' happiness also. So that can only come through cinema. That learning to make us more human, art is the only solution.
Yeah, I was about to say that a film has to remind them of their own humanity.
Correct.
If a film reminds them that, look dude, this is a good world.
You are a human.
You can be...
No, the moment, see, what is human? Human is to feel emotion. So if your cinema makes you feel the emotion that it offers, then it made you human, that's all.
Yeah.
What is computer? Computer is a system that operates and produces results, right? If it doesn't do that, it is not computer. It is there, that's all. Right. The same way, human without emotion, without emoting, without connection, I don't think he's human anymore. So cinema has the power where you want to cheer for a Bahubali, when he comes, you want him to become a king, and you want to cheer for a Ega. Yeah. That's where you feel, I'm a human. I'm a human, yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. And speaking of this film, I really was fascinated with that ritual. They serve food, they come out, and they lock the doors and they're waiting for 10 minutes. What exactly is that? I'm sure there might be an equivalent of that.
It absolutely will be.
But I wasn't familiar with that.
Dravidian culture is ancestral worship and nature worship most of the time. Ancestral worship is nothing but most of the deities that you see around, many of them were human beings at one particular time. So because of their certain deeds, because of their certain actions, so you made them gods and started worshipping. Now you don't recognize them as your ancestors. Now they are gods. So what you do is, in Dravidian culture, there is no concept of heaven. So you will keep calling them to eat the food that you serve.
We call it Naivedyam in Telugu.
Correct.
We do offer that to like ancestors. Ancestors.
So you will offer the food and you'll ask them to come. So when you come, you will go close and go out so that they can eat.
Okay, this is what I'm not familiar. This part I'm not familiar.
So that's the reason you will close them and like according to you, they are eating. Now you'll ask the permission, can I come and go in? So then like you take that because your ancestors has tasted it and gone. It's a prasadam now.
Right.
So I think that's a beautiful. What we do is we are actually respecting our evolution, where we came from. So whatever my health is, whatever my body is, whatever my mind is, whatever my thoughts are, it is because of my grandfather. It is because of his forefathers. So I need to tell them, thank you for this.
Right.
Thank you for this. This is because of you. So that is the reason I do something to the dead people. Whether it's believable, non-believable, that's fine. But there is a deep sense of respect to the land and the people that lived here. That's the beauty, I think.
And two more aspects of the film that I really loved are like how beautifully it captures the idea of community living. Like, see, I live in Hyderabad in an apartment. I don't know who my neighbor is. So the fact that everybody in this village knows everyone, like when the film started in the first 10 to 15 minutes, I didn't understand the dynamics. Like, are they relatives? Correct. Friends? Are they like, what is the deal? I didn't understand. But by the end, I knew that everybody knows everybody. Correct. Like this guy, Chandrana is the auto driver. Like, there are only two people.
Rajanna is the shopkeeper.
Shopkeeper. There are only two people in the entire village with scooters. One is Suvarna.
Correct. See, you remember so much.
So the film made me familiar with all of them. And by the end, I was like, damn man, it seems to be it's a beautiful prospect that living in a small that community. This film really made me fall in love with the idea of
I can take you to places in Karnataka. I'm definitely sure even here you will have such communities. Everybody if you go to Malnad, especially Tirthahalli, so my relative house was there. If you actually board the bus, the first seat person will be speaking to the last person. Where did you go? To the market? Is it? No, they will be conversing as if and the entire bus knows everybody. And it is a 20-kilometer distance. From there to here, everybody knows everybody. Is such a beautiful prospect, brother.
Yeah. So in the starting, because I am what I am because of my upbringing, where I have lived and my perspective, I was thinking, don't these people have jobs? Why are they so concerned about what's happening in their neighbors? Or why is like anything that happens in this village a big deal to them? But even looking at Ravi Anna, when like he tries to be this, in Telugu we call people like in Panchayati Pedda. Panchayati Pedda. This guy is trying to be that, right? Like, okay, there is a issue, okay, I'll come there. So why doesn't this guy have job? That was my perspective initially in the first 15 to 20 minutes. By the end, I was like, this is so nice that...
No, brother, the world was less ambitious back then. World cared for who lived with them. Any marriage in the village, even here, everywhere, everybody gathered and put the buntings, put the decoration, put everything, and they cared for each other. So the food was cooked together. So why did they do that? Who paid them? And if they missed also, nobody cared. But why did they take that much responsibility? It's because the world was less ambitious. So it was not personal goals. It was they knew that we need each other, and they were happy people. Look at them. They will mock you. They will mock your entire society and tell them you are so small. But so
I really loved this film's characters, and I really hope Telugu people love them. And Ravi Anna is they were the graphs to Ravi Anna. Okay, is this guy, because the actor is not familiar. So I'm not able to judge whether is this guy a comedian or is this guy a hero. Perfectly, because I don't know the actor. If I knew the actor,
you would,
the casting would have done things. So I'm like, okay, is this guy real? So when people were saying Ravi Anna can hit 20 people on his own, I was like, oh, come on, okay. But then there is a beautiful payoff to that, which proves that you don't need 15 elevation shots or 20 elevation shots to like make one guy hero. One scene is enough. That moment was so satisfying
Thank you.
for me. And there was one moment with a very old lady, right?
Yeah.
She comes to
Correct.
the home, and that moment, like I was jumping out of my seat. Maybe I might be overhyping it, but guys, please do check the film with. Don't go with the expectations that this film is gonna change my life. I'm sure you guys will have a good time. So what would you like to tell to? I'm sure they must have gotten a gist of from the gist of this conversation. They must have gotten an idea what So From So is about. But if you had to pitch the film to someone who hasn't seen the trailer, who has no idea about the film, how would you pitch it?
I think this is one film which is absolutely community watching. So the experience can get enhanced only in theatre with people. Because in this film I recognized how community thing it is to laugh together. It's such a beautiful thing. It's a festival to laugh together. You see around, like, everybody is enjoying the same thing. Like, you have seen these kind of characters, you are laughing at them, you are relating with them. And this is more of conversational cinema. I have seen when this film was playing, people used to talk about that character. No, he will be coming here. He will be coming. That kind of conversation was happening. It rarely happens in a cinema because we are so intelligent audience now that we don't want to relate with a film. We want to judge a film. But fortunately, this film, it made people to relate with this film. I really hope that this film will work for the Telugu audience as well, because Telugu people were the best of cinema audiences when it comes to accepting cinema. So I hope they will give it a chance, and if they give a chance, I think this film will entertain us.
It has sold. I heard that it sold some 1.1 million tickets
in Kannada,
on Book My Show in the past.
Yeah.
Until
now it might be 1.2 crossed. Yeah.
So what does this feel like?
No, it feels very unreal. It gives a hope that everything shouldn't be big or anything for the audience to come to theatre. See, I wouldn't be shocked if the film was running in houseful, but I was shocked when ticket booking were so high. See, they can come to counter and get the ticket, but then no. They used to book because they never used to get ticket. Even now, if you book my show, it's most of the shows are orange on a Wednesday or something. That shows the capacity of a cinema. Fortunately for me, this film became a teacher saying that you do what you want to do.
Yeah.
You do films which are real, which are authentic, which can be entertaining, which can be community watching, or which can be simple. But if it is good, people will accept it. That doesn't mean Swati, it's a very serious film. It's not for everyone. But this is for everyone.
Yeah. Beautiful. So on that note, so thank you so much for the time. I really loved the film. Let me say that again.
Thank you.
I also heard the story about how you picked JP. So please continue encouraging filmmakers and encouraging storytelling in your capacity.
Definitely will do.
Thank you so much for the time. All the very best.
Thank you so much.